Welcome to Summit 2014. Today, I really want to spend some time talking with you about how we're going to help build better software to help you guys build better software. Over the last year, you guys have sent us over 55,000 feature requests and improvements to our products. And it really helps fuel us and what we're about, which is helping teams build better software. We're in this extraordinary time right now, and never before have software become more important because it's driving so much of that innovation. We're seeing how software teams are changing. These teams are being reoriented in a new way to build software better. Software teams are now made up of multidisciplinary people, and they're actually becoming more and more collaborative. Git has become a huge enabler in how software teams collaborate. In the very new future, that the primary way in which software teams are going to work is going to be around Git. And so we want to help you there. Today, we're announcing a refresh of our Getting Git Right website at Atlassian.com/Git. It's chock filled with tutorials, best practices, and other guides that will help you adopt various Git workflows. Building software for your team should be truly enjoyable. And so we want to walk through a couple of ways in which we're going to help you guys build better software. So let's start by talking about workflows. After spending 5 years of working with Git ourselves, we've come to realize that the most productive workflow is the feature branch model. You basically have one branch per feature. So we believe a feature branching workflow is so important that we want to make your entire software team more productive using it. Last year, we announced tighter integration between Jira, Stash, and Bitbucket. And the whole goal was just to make it easier for you to create feature branches from within Jira. We've heard, for those of you who are actually using this integration, that you love the integration, but you hate the overhead work of having to constantly click and transition issues. So in this case, we're going to add a robot. With the new automated issue transition feature in Jira 6.3.3, we're going to automatically and automagically transition these issues for you. So it basically allows you to spend a lot more time on what matters, in this case coding, and less time on having to manage issues. Reduces the need to have to switch between tools. So feature branching is super powerful, but when you add continuous integration, you're going to take your team's productivity to the next level. Now, here's another area where we've decided to add a lot more robots to help you out. We will generate a build plan that's based upon the one that's in master automatically for you. And then every time you actually do a commit, we're actually going to generate a build for you automatically. So there are a ton of steps along the way that we're moving for you just to make your software development much more productive, which is awesome. Okay, we've talked about optimal workflows. Let's talk about having insight into the activities across your team. Now, we know a big part of collaboration is understanding what other members of your team are doing. This is why we created the development panel in Jira. What we wanted to do is basically provide insight into the progress that your entire team has access to. The development panel gives you all the information that you want about the history of an issue in one central place. We love the fact that this is great for a single issue. But when you're doing a release can contain hundreds of different issues. And so how do you get insights across an entire release? We're gonna take the Jira versions feature and reimagine it. At a quick glance, you can see all the progress that's made against all your versions, your epics, and all the issues that are associated with that. We're going to continue to add innovations to Jira, Stash, Bitbucket, and Bamboo to make your teams much more productive so you can build better software. That's what we're about. So let's get into the code a little bit more. We want to talk about how we're going to help you guys with collaborative code development, specifically around reviews. Pull requests are the most productive way for software teams to review code, especially those that are using Git and the feature branch model. There are four really key critical capabilities that software teams and companies need in order to make sure that they work for them. So let's talk about how Atlassian is going to give you a better pull request. Being able to specify specific reviewers. The other challenge with traditional pull requests is just keeping track of the follow-up work that needs to be done. And we've actually solved this problem with a new feature that we're happy to announce is shipping in Stash and Bitbucket today called pull request tasks. And so branch permissions, it lets teams really get the most out of pull requests. And it basically allows you to nominate different gatekeepers in order to ensure that the right people are approving the code before it actually gets merged in. Merge checks allow you to make sure that things like code reviews happen. And if you actually combine the two, they actually will guarantee that your code passes a set of quality requirements to make sure it actually gets out into the releases you expect it. Those are a ton of things that we've covered to help your teams build better software. But there's actually something else I want to talk to you about. And today, we're really happy to announce Dash Data Center. It truly is the only collaborative Git solution that supports massive scale for your organizations. Pricing is actually very straightforward. It's the same pricing model as all our other data center products. So it's $24,000 per year for every 1,000 users. And I think even more important is that this includes support for unlimited nodes. It is available in beta today. And with that, we want you to keep the feedback coming. Thanks very much.